Hey there nail friends, welcome back to Dippin' with Carolina. Today I have a really fun video with rainbow and hearts and jelly, so let's get into it. I have already cleansed my nails with this nail cleanser and applied UNT base coat. And then I'm going in with iGel Beauty's Dip and Dab Jelly Dip in Grape Crush. And these jelly dips are like a translucent kind of dip, so they have a little color to them, but they're basically semi-sheer. You'll see how they look, they're really cool. So I always stir my dips, I always recommend it. And then I'm going to apply one coat of this on my pinky, and I'm going to do a different color on each of my fingers. I couldn't find my cuticle stick, but then I found it. I prefer this, it creates a much cleaner line. And then I'm going in with the same kind of jelly dip in Minty Lime Fizz, which is a minty, like Tiffany blue color. I have another one which is more of an actual blue color, but I decided to put this one, and I only have 5 fingers, so I had to decide on one blue. And again, I'm going in for one dip. Then I am going in with crushed pineapple. Then I'm going in with peach Bellini. And lastly, I'm going in with juicy strawberry. Okay, so now I'm going to dust off all the excess powder and get ready for the next step. Double Dip was kind enough to send me a Valentine's Day kit in their PS I Love You kit, and it included these hearts in them. And I really wanted to use them for something more non-traditional. So I thought of putting these on top of my one dip and then encapsulating them in another jelly dip, and then put clear on top, of course. It worked out in the way I did. I usually don't play around with swatch sticks. I just kind of go for it. And if it works, it works. If it didn't, oh well. And it did work out. So what I do was I paint base, and then I take the hearts and I place them exactly where I want them. And usually Risen Legacy is the liquids I use, and they are a medium dry time, so you have a little bit of time to work with them before they actually set. So I didn't really want to sit there and curve. Usually what I would do is take the heart and put it on that orange wood stick and curve it a little bit to fit the structure of my nail better, but I wanted to try something else instead, and it did end up working out. So I just placed the hearts and let them be. I'm moving on to the next color. Notice I'm not pressing down the hearts. It's because the liquid is not dry yet, so I don't want to touch it. And I don't want to add bulk to it by putting a dip of like clear or encapsulating it in another jelly dip color. I didn't want to add too much bulk to it. And here I'm placing the blue hearts exactly where I want them. And I'm going to do the same thing for each of these nails in corresponding colors. So for the yellow, I'm going to do the lime green. There was no yellow, so I did the next color. And for the pink and the peach, I did corresponding colors as well. So just stay tuned and take a look and watch. I'll be back. So my plan for, instead of encapsulating these in a dip when they were still wet, when the base was still wet, I decided to instead wait for the base to dry and then just take my finger and start pressing and molding those hearts to my nail. You have to make sure that your base is dry though, otherwise it's just going to move around the hearts. All that hard work you did is just gonna slide all over the place. So I did that to all of my fingers, and now I am going to do a dip of the corresponding color again on top of the hearts. I am doing a thicker layer because I want the base to go in the little nooks and crannies of the hearts because they're still not 100% flat on your nail. So I really want to encapsulate those. So they might not be encapsulated on this try, but instead of me going in for a second dip, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a layer of clear, as I always do, and that will further protect them from buffing and filing. I was also not sure how much opacity the second dip on top of the hearts would be, so I decided to do clear instead because I wanted it to be opaque still. So I'm going to do this for each of the colors, and then I'm going to do a clear dip on top of these. So just stay tuned and watch, and we'll see how it turns out. Okay, so now I'm going to add clear. I always recommend adding clear. This will just further protect the glitter, and it also can protect the color. Now, it won't protect the color here in this case very much because it's pretty much clear mixed with a little bit of pigment, but it will protect the glitter, and any dark colors that you use, it'll also protect. So I'm going to encapsulate these fingers in clear. I'm only going to show you 2 fingers because it's basically the same thing for each of the fingers. So that's what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to show you a trick with the activator that I learned. So I'm going to dust off the clear. I always recommend using a stiff brush. It really helps get rid of the excess clear. And the next thing I'm going to do is I have a plastic baggie. I don't want to leave fingerprints behind. So I'm adding my activator, and then I'm going to press down immediately. You only have like 5 seconds to do this. If you did it without the plastic, it's really sticky, but I really want to get that glitter flat and all those layers nice and even. So this is one way to get your dips flatter. I've done this with my glitter dips, and it really does help mold it and shape it more to your nail rather than have it stick off the sides a little bit. So this is one interesting trick I have learned recently and have implemented, and it totally works. I highly recommend it. So I do one coat of activator and I quickly press down, and then I'm going to go in for my second coat of activator because I really want to make sure it penetrates all those layers of dip. And this is what they look like after activator, and I'm going to show you a profile shot, and you're going to see how pretty much they lay flat, which I was really surprised at how this worked, and I'm really happy. So I have already buffed and filed. I did that off camera. I'm applying my second coat of activator for my dip top coat, as dip top coat and activator are required and they work hand in hand to create that nice shiny finish. And now I'm going in with my Risen Legacy top coat. It's my favorite. It leaves like a gel-like shine. It does take a little bit longer to dry, but it's not as temperamental as other top coats that I have tried. This does not harden your brush. It works so well. I'm so happy with it. It's an amazing top coat. I highly recommend it. I do have a code. It's not an affiliate code, but I do have a code with Risen Legacy, Carolina10, for 10% off your purchase. I totally recommend the liquids. They are some amazing liquids, and you guys see I use them all the time. I'm not lying. I'm showing you what I'm doing. So you apply 2 coats of dip top coat, because dip top coat requires 2 coats in order to get that super shiny finish. So if you're only applying 1 coat and you're like, why isn't it shiny? It's because you need 2 coats. And here is what they look like when they're finished. Look at that thumb and how beautifully shiny, I'm telling you guys. And now I'm going in with Scales of a Mermaid, not your basic vanilla. It's a beautifully scented cuticle oil that smells like vanilla and a little peppermint. I'm running low on it, so I do need to pick up some more. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe for more content like this in the future. Thank you so much again, guys. This was such a fun manicure. Bye!